Sunday sharp to doo 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 doo. Sunday sharp to doo 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 doo. Sunday sharp to doo 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 doo. Arr. Howdy doody, greeting, salutation, welcome, swig. That's better. Well, as I enjoyed last week so much, I thought I'd go live from the cave again this week. Bit more diamond painting on this canvas, which is a cthulhu being summoned in the fog. And if I get bored of that, then I have a figure of Athena to paint. So maybe get on with that as well. We'll see how we go. But yeah, welcome. Make yourself known in chat. It's all right. I don't bite, not unless you ask. I do burp, but that's... Oh dear. I probably shouldn't be doing that directly on screen though. So let's move the mahoose out of the way and roll a ciggy off screen. That's probably, being right at the start of the stream is probably not the best thing to do. Be rolling a smoke. I mean, it's just tobacco, but so what we're gonna, as I say, we've got the Cthulhu and the Athena to do today, and until I finish them, then yeah, we'll see what's after that. Something a bit more fun, I think. Something a bit more light-hearted and buxom. Yeah. And so I did finish the diamond painting I started last week, which is the one in the thumbnail. What else is there? I also finished the paint by numbers that I started last week, or before the stream. Yellow! When I get the notification you start and I haven't left yet, it means I'm too stoned and effing about. Yeah, I know that feeling. For me, it used to be my alarm clock going off and me going, oh crud, I've got to be at work in an hour. I still haven't been to bed yet. Or I'm still drunk or stoned from the night before. But yeah. So yes, week off this week, so hence why I managed to get the rather sizable paint by numbers done. Had a fairly relaxed and chilled week, thankfully, because I've been mostly deaf for quite a good proportion of it. Just being old and my ears are blocked up with wax, so lots of eardrops and lots of digging around with cotton wool buds, gradually getting it out. Or Q-tips, as Americans call them. Mary and I did go out on Wednesday, went to Bury St Edmunds, had a wander around the town, looked in what we thought might be shops with crafty type stuffs in them. Turned out not to have much, if anything, in the way of crafty type stuffs. And we had a wander around the Moyses Hall Museum. Go see some very old clocks and William Corder's death mask and a couple of books bound in his skin. Yeah, very light and airy. Yeah, other than that, I've spent quite a bit of time up here in the cave just doing cavey things. It's quite good because I don't have to be able to hear anything up here. So yeah, that's what I've been up to this week. That and trying not to think about how long it is now till I've got another week off, which is the last week of October. Never mind. Such is life. Starting to get birthday and Christmas presents sorted for Mary, and I say the kids, the young adults, or the adults, because they're not even young adults anymore, really. What else? Been ordering more stuffs from Temu. Aside from presenty stuffs for Mary and what have you, just basically custom diamond paintings, and I can't remember which ones I ordered. So it will be a case of when they turn up, delete the pictures out of the file so I don't accidentally order the same one again. I may already have done that, but I don't think so. Anyway, let's get some Diamondi painting. Is this, yeah. Let's just finish off the ones we've only got a few of, and then get back to the massive colour blocking that this diamond painting mostly is. Colour blocking, just big blocks of everything the same colour, which is not the most enjoyable of experiences, but hey ho, needs must. I never ordered anything from Temu, Wish, or AliExpress. You've probably already bought stuff from them, just haven't realised. Because most of these things, there is literally one factory producing them. So whether you bought it direct from China or paid for someone else to ship it to the States, basically, and then bought it from somewhere in America, most of the stuff on Amazon is originally AliExpress or Alibaba, more likely, same company. Any of the trans shippers, it's probably come from Alibaba. So yeah. I mean, I know this is true because the diamond painting I got from Amazon, the custom diamond painting, came from exactly the same factory because it said so as some of the ones I bought from Temu. So yeah, they're the same. G is going to be 13, right? Yeah. Yeah. And if you've not done it, I know I'm going to sound like an advert, but generally, if you download the Temu app, but before you order anything, yeah, it's like all the dropship stuff on Amazon has come from the same place that supplies Temu, Wish, Shein, AliExpress. It's the same thing. You're just paying more. But yeah, if you if you're going to do it, download the app and then search for things that you like and you're interested in. Then when you go to make your first order, the algorithm will know what you like. And when it goes, here, have all these free gifts, it will actually show you free gifts of things you're actually interested in. A weird and random occurrence of an algorithm actually working. Funny that, leave it up to the Chinese to make an algorithm actually work. Yeah, so I'm just going to need some tape so I don't keep sticking my wrists to the canvas. Not that this is exactly the world's most sticky canvas. I mean, it's sticky around the edges, it's just patches in the middle where the glue's gone off. So, hence why I've got my paper model glue on the bench, because it's clear PVA. And as such, is ideal for sticking down errant diamonds when the canvas is no longer sticky. And I think the reason is it's probably quite old. Let's move things up. This is the good thing about having the extra space. And I'm going to have to go grab a band for my hair because it's driving me nuts. Be back in a moment. Yeah, so I washed and conditioned my hair this morning, and it's just decided it's going to be extra floofy and not want to stay where I want it to. So we'll just loosely stick a Lassie band in there. There we go, that'll hold it back. Because otherwise I'm just going to keep getting it in my face. So yeah. I was saying, in the UK, people go on about the death of the high street and how, you know, people buying things online is where the high street has died. Kind of. But it's more just prices. And these days, most people just don't really have the option of paying the inflated high street prices. Why pay twice as much when you can pay half as much? Or less in some cases. And here we are. Here's a patch that's not very sticky. Oh, I've got hair wrapped around my hand, and it's all going wrong today. But there we go. Back to sticky again. So it'll only be a few drills at a time that aren't sticking, but let's just say once this one's done, it's definitely getting sealed, because otherwise I think half the gems or half the drills will probably just fall off of it. Definitely not going to get rolled up or anything. It's either going in a frame or, yeah, it's going in a frame. I'm not even thinking about putting it on a poster board, because I think even sealed, half the drills will probably fall off of it. But that is the good thing about buying the custom ones. You know the glue is fresh because it's only just been made. Well, also the fact that you'll have the only one in existence of that thing. So unless someone has the exact same taste and gets the exact same thing done, but there we go. Where is it warm in here? Yeah, it's warm in here. Why am I sweating? Oh yeah. It's warm in here and I'm wearing far more clothing than I normally would. Never mind. It'll soon start cooling down again weather-wise. Now we're in September tomorrow. Proper autumn weather or fall weather, which for the UK is generally chilly, not warm, and usually fairly damp, which is fine by me. So I believe that is the G's finished now. Yes. I'll do the ones next. Which I believe are in a pot. Yes. And stick finger in spout and do the shake and back and put the freshness back. Do the shake and back and put the freshness back. Ooh. Oh, yeah, not sticky area, which really isn't helpful being down the edge, but there we go. So what else have I got I can waffle on about for this week? So yeah, Moisey's Hall Museum we went in. Yes, it's haunted. No real interactions as such, just noticed that the presence was there. There were quite a few other people around, so I figured it's best to not sort of start having a paranormal investigation. Scare the bejesus out of everyone. Just got the DP going to go balls deep. I think there's another dog that wants to join in. You enjoy your DP, I'll enjoy my DP. Oh, the irony behind that statement. The fact that neither of us mean what, those two letters usually mean. Yeah. Yeah, so DP and the other one I've been doing was a PBN, which is definitely better than a PBJ. Because peanut butter and jam is just a horrific combination. I don't enjoy sweet and salty at the best of times, but yeah. Peanut butter and marmite, yeah, that's doable. Not with jam, no. Maybe a sharp and sour marmalade or a pickle, but by pickle I don't mean a pickled gherkin. I mean a pickle. That is to say, chopped and diced and pickled vegetables. Usually ends up being a sort of crunchy, homogeneous, kind of dark browny black mass. It doesn't look too appetizing, but it tastes amazing. And then you get the piccalilli as well, which Piccalilli is basically the yellow mustard version of pickle. And yes, English mustard. Yeah, so what else have I been up to this week? Got the front garden chopped back and cleared. When I say chopped back and cleared, I mean I've got the area that constitutes the lawn cut back down to basically ground level, and the lavender bushes trimmed back so you can actually walk down the path again rather than have to walk across the grass because overhanging the path so much. And then you obviously get the problem of walking over the grass and standing in the presence from Pumpkin, next door, one of next door's cats. Bless her, she does have stomach problems, so sometimes when she needs to go and can't necessarily get very far. She's a sweet little kitty, even if she is absolutely petrified of everyone and everything. Although we're at the point now where not only will she accept fusses, she will also actively come to me for a fuss occasionally as well. Doesn't kick up merry stink when I have to pick her up to get her out of the middle of the road so Mary can leave. I mean, she doesn't like being picked up, but as long as you keep her fairly low, she's okay. But even then, if she starts, letting you know she's upset, she doesn't go to claws and teeth. She's a good girl. She doesn't do bitey clawies. I'm not sure they would have much effect even if she did, because she's an ickle putty cat. She's not a Zach. He could probably have eviscerated someone with his claws if he wanted to. There is some cat news, but I'll actually wait until there's someone here who might actually care. Yes, it looks like I'm talking to myself again. Oh well, never mind. Nothing new there. Kind of comes with the job description of YouTuber. You will talk to yourself and your neighbours will think you're weird. Well, thankfully, my neighbours already think I'm weird, so. But then that's because I am weird. A chap. A British bloke in your pocket. A chap, if you will. Oh. Am I down by your crotch again? Young Samuel, is that what's happening, is it? Or am I down by your butt? Now, I'm assuming you probably got earbuds in rather than just my voice broadcasting across the park. Is I figure you're not. earbuds would have been a good idea. Oh, so if I shout something really offensive, people will look at you like you said it. Yeah. Although the problem I have when I wear headphones, because I don't do earbuds, because teeny tiny little earies. Um, Plus, I just don't like having things stuck in my ears, and they never fit. Yeah, my general problem is if I got music on, I'll forget where I am, and I'll either just start humming along at first, and if I don't catch myself, I will start singing along. No, they not got cat ears. I was just having a bad hair day. But correct, they are over the head headphones, proper ones. Ones that you'd think are blindingly obvious that you're listening to something, but it doesn't stop people from starting to talk to you. So you take them off and you go, pardon? They go, oh, didn't you hear me? No, I've got my headphones on. Oh, I didn't notice. How did you not notice the massive pair of headphones on my head? Or did you think they were earmuffs or something? Or do you think I was listening to them at like volume level 1 out of 30? No. We've been through this before, but there are 3 volume settings on headphones: off, full, and as loud as you can get away with on public transport without upsetting people. So basically as loud as you can go without other people hearing it. You know, some of us do actually have a bit of respect for other people. Unlike those bloody imbeciles that get their phone out and start listening to music on their phone in public. It's like, no, dude, nobody wants to hear whatever the hell that is. It sounds like it was made by an AI. It's music made for an algorithm rather than music made because musicians. Um, uh, I think that's all the ones done as well, is it? Yes. Next, it'll be all the 8s done as well. Wow. People have conversations that cut audio super loud and about, yeah. Yeah, it's like they haven't thought that maybe if I turn this down, I won't have to shout. Maybe I can just talk at a normal level and not have everyone within half a mile be able to hear what I'm talking about. It's the same when you get people wandering around with their phone in their hand and they're sort of holding their phone. And, yeah. and then they're having the full conversation. You can hear the whole thing. So now you can put the phone to your ear, and then only you can hear it. So if I was on the phone to someone and I thought they were in public on speakerphone, then I would say something very not safe for public consumption, very loudly. Yeah. Some people just no respect. Or they think that they are the main character, they are the center of the world, and everyone else doesn't matter. When in reality, when they've got that kind of attitude, yeah, really, they're the one that doesn't actually matter. They're the one that people aren't going to miss. If you feel the need to broadcast your petty dramas to the public, then yeah, chances are we don't need you. We're not going to lose a cure for cancer. I mean, might lose a future president of the United States, but that's about it. Well, I did see a good hat the other day. He said, "Trump is the worst president since Trump." Kind of says it all. Still just Sam here. Looks like it's going to be a quiet one tonight, which is another reason I started coming broadcasting from the cave. It means I can just sit here and do my thing, not have to worry about talking solidly for however long without anyone talking back. Another non-sticky patch. Come here. And as you probably can't tell from that range, this diamond painting is square drills. So square rather than round. No muck Sherlock. Main difference is they're slightly smaller and they fit together much more snugly. So you generally get a more detailed image. He says that doing possibly the least detailed diamond painting of all time. Thankfully, I do have another couple of Cthulhus, which are considerably more detailed. Stay stuck down. Yeah, I think next is probably going to be a pretty lady. I might do another one of squares, in which case it'll be probably floor. Hello, Marriott, my darling. How the devil are you? Hope all is well in Oslo. All is passable in, yeah, sunny Norfolk. We did have a decent amount of rain the last couple of days, so that was good. I mean, not enough to make up the shortfall, but it helped. Let's finish these 8s. Are there any others? Any more for any more? No. Doing good. Had to watch the game. Ice hockey. Yeah, don't worry about being late, for crying out loud. You know by now I don't hold anyone, so you have to be here at this time or you're no longer my friend. Yeah, I'm not that kind of drama queen. Oh, Liverpool versus Arse. Hopefully they both lost. Although if they didn't, hopefully Liverpool won, because it's always good to see Arsenal lose. My allegiances are the other part of North London. So, yep, that'll do. I'm happy with that result. Arsenal lost and Liverpool didn't do amazing, so yeah. Actually, while you're here, have you ever had any diamond paintings where the glue is losing its stick? This one is. Just little patches, but like the drills just don't want to stick down. There have been a couple of patches where I've had to break out the clear PVA and literally glue the drills down individually. But hopefully we're getting past that section. So once it's all sealed, and it shouldn't be a problem anymore. Even though this will go in a frame, I'm going to seal it because I don't want half the drills to fall off. And yes, this is one of the ways I do it. I've got a big patch of all the same colour. I'll just go around the outline and then fill in. Some of the bigger areas on this one, because there are some big blocks of all the same colour, then I'll do patterns and things just to make it a little less monotonous. The problem is with that stick. Oh, got to reach my nose. Yeah, there's plenty left on this one. I've done up to there, and then so yeah, there's all the main central part. So I'll do the angle down, then I'll go across, and I'll go across, then across, and literally just leave the square in the middle to the end. Yeah, so I did finish the one I started last week. See if we can get it actually in shot. And then I finished the paint by numbers as well, so I'll give a this one's definitely not going to fit in the camera, so we're going to have to zoom up there. So yeah, get it straight sharp, that might help. So yeah. So yes, that was my first paint by numbers. I will be filming a video about it. Glop, glop. Yeah, checking the camera angle. Just checking to see if I have a scratch, whether you'll be able to see it or not. Yeah, so I learned a lot doing that one. So I'll talk about all that in the video. Suffice to say, dark colours are good. Although, whether I'd order a custom one, I don't know. Oh, stop springing out. Right. Let's get the loose ones off. This is what I mean about not sticking. And there's enough stick for them to stick to each other. They won't stick to the canvas. Yeah, just those four. So where'd my little pot go? There it is. Aleene's tacky glue is the one that I use for my paper models. It's a tiny blob. And then pick up, dab, press. Yeah, it's okay. It does dry clear, so I'm not going to end up with white glue splats coming up between the drills. Yeah, it's just annoying when it happens. There's several places on this canvas it has. When it's one or two next to each other, it's not too bad. But when you get like several, you find yourself putting one in and half a dozen will just spring out again. As I say, easy enough fix. But thankfully, it's one of those weird moments of serendipity. As I was scrolling through my, still working on your panther. I've got a couple of those ready to go. Mine are mostly all black with a bit of colour. Yeah, it's where do I get to? There, I think. Yeah, we're in the doofer, in the book. Let's find them. Haunted Castle, Grim Reaper, Haunted House, Leopard, or Panther, Leopard, whatever you want to call it. Oh, we're going to have to angle up again, aren't we? So we have that one. Now get a bit closer, you might be able to see it. It is reflected in the water, as it were. And then we have that one as well, which has got even more black in it. But next is either going to be, let's find it. No, not that one. So next is either going to be Edgar Allan Poe, Floor Jansen. We need some light on it somehow. Yep. Or, and this one's probably NSFW, but what the heck. AI generated Christina Hendricks cosplaying as Jessica Rabbit. Probably going to be one of them next, depending on what I did actually order and what turns up. See, it is still me. Camera's gone all saggy. There we go. Yes, it's yeah. It's just me being pervy. But hey, it's got to be a picture of something you want to look at, right? Although there will be a couple later in the year that are subjects that aren't for me. But that's because I'm doing them as Christmas presents for people. But, you know, and that has its own joy in it. So, you know, there are two that are on the way. Well, they're in the UK now. So probably going to be here in the next few days that are customs. Problem is, I can't remember which ones I chose because I've got a file on my tablet of pictures specifically for custom diamond paintings. Now some found a new picture that he liked, almost cried. Oh, which one? What's it of? It's not a picture of his mama, is it? Because I mean, I could understand enjoying that picture and wanting to look at it for lengthy periods of time and enjoy it. I mean, you know, there's certainly worse things to look at. My ugly mug, for a start. I guarantee you there ain't no one doing a custom diamond painting of my face. I think even the Chinese would censor that. Oh, no, we still got more hers down there. 104.8, so 100 by 70. Oh. Well, yeah, 100 by 65 by the time you take the borders into account. Yeah, that's a big one. In squares. Oh boy. So what's that? Four. So that's 400 in a row, in a column, and 300 across, 85. Oh, gold. Tell him he can have it, but he's doing it himself. This one's 14 colours, and I think they put some of those in there just to get the numbers up. I mean, specifically two of the shades of turquoisey green over this side. There's like 7 of one and 10 of the other. Yeah, 118,000. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. I tell him he can have it as a wedding present, and you'll start it when he finds a girlfriend. Might be done in time for the wedding. Um, exactly. There's only so much you can go through. But then, yeah, I say the biggest I've got are 70 by 40, I think. And they're still ridiculously huge to me. Right, is that all yet? Oh, there's just like 8 more H's there, and then we're finished with them. Yeah, let's break the rule and go behind where we've peeled back to. Come here. All right, 7, not 8. Oh no, there's another patch down here anyway. Never mind. And yeah, there's still that many left in that shot cup, and all that area is that colour. All that area. Yeah. I'm like, there are literally 6 squares of those. And for some reason, there's a pink and a green in the medium blues. Oh well. Oh, and a black. And some of them are stuck together. Yay! I think what I'll do is I'll get. Don't you dare come up. You stay stuck down. If he was here, I'd have probably slapped him. Yeah, this is it. Just tell him what I say. He can have it, but he's got to put it. He's got to do it himself. Why is there a pink in there? Peaches only look at it and go, "Oh, that's why." No, this is literally just random drills that aren't even in. There's colours that aren't even in the kit that are in. I mean, rather than what is that 9? Yeah, 3740. So there's a fairly dull brownish red. That's his eyes. I would have gone. Well, me, I'd have probably just gone with bright 666 red. Yeah, proper red. Yes, that's another one I've learnt. Come on. If I get a 666, I'm going to remember it. And it just shows whoever designed these things had a sense of humour. Yeah, it's as red gets, isn't it? Really. It's not like red. It's red. And I've got some kicking around here somewhere. Yeah, because there was some in the last. That looks like it. It's alright, it's just a bag of the leftover drills from the last one. probably that one, is it? Right, that's the 335. $33.50. Where's the 666? I know there was one in here. Oh, there's not a lot left. Right. Blood's usually closer to that colour. Unless there's something wrong with me anyway. Yeah. 666 is the red that Hammer Horror used to use for the blood in their movies. Like the old Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Hammer Horror, Dracula movies. That was the colour they used for the blood in that. I do actually have a blood red somewhere. Where is it? That one. There's Rojo Sanguina, bloody red, and Rojo Visceral, gore red. You see? Learning Spanish through buying model paints. I don't think the Spanish government would be too upset. And that's why Crayola put the names of the colours on their crayons in multiple languages, so that children get to learn, what the colours are in the different languages. I mean, unfortunately, Spanish for black is a little offensive these days. In the way that it ended up being used. It was just a literal descriptor of the colour of the skin. And then basically English speakers heard it and thought it referred to what that kind of person was, tribe or whatever you want to call it. Why don't we? Yeah, because not all of us are wokest council culturers. Some of us are old enough to have been around a while and understand that, it's not the word, it's the intent that's the problem. Yeah, Gen X for the win. But yeah, I'll say, other than being mostly deaf at the moment, I'm doing good. Just ears are clogged up with wax. It's what happens when you get older as a man. Especially when you've got dinky little eerie holes like I have. Yeah. At the risk of TMI, as us men get older, we start growing hair in places we didn't used to grow it. And one of those places is inside our ears. And the earlobes are bad enough, but inside the ears is really nasty. Because when you trim it, if you lay down and go to try to go to bed, you've got stubble inside your ears. And if you leave it, Well, then the hair holds onto the wax and you get clagged up ears, and you have to keep stuffing eardrops down them and cotton wool buds and hot water and God knows what to try and get the wax out. You're not supposed to use cotton wool buds to clean your ears. It's dangerous. It's only dangerous if you stick them through your eardrum. If you're sensible and you go, ow, that hurts, I'm not going to push any further, it's not a problem. People have been doing it for decades, if not centuries. And you know what? It works. Certainly works better than olive oil and hope. Yeah, old enough to not bother. Well, it's not we don't get offended by it, it's just we don't care enough to get offended. Right, yeah, I'm supposed to care about this. Why? But yeah, sorry, I've got more important things to think about, or bigger things to worry about than whether someone gets offended by a word I say. It's like Mary's condition that gives her the wobbles. It's something neurological. There isn't a proper technical name for it. Not my circus, not my monkey. You can't say that. That's offensive. But yeah, so Mary's got what she's got, and it means she's defined as spastic. You know, that's what's on the paperwork for a blue badge and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. But I'll say, yeah, at work, talking to colleagues, like, oh yeah, yeah. Well, she has wheels or sticks. Yeah, she's a spastic. You can't say that. You can't say someone's a spastic. You can if they are. It's not being offensive if they are. If they aren't and you call them it, then it is technically offensive, but there's usually a good reason why they made you call them that. As I like to say, if you don't want me to call you an idiot, don't be an idiot. It's pretty simple. Yep, I calls it as I sees it. Yeah, just and sometimes I do turn the filter off and let the inner Wookiee out, and then yeah, people don't like that. Is the usually fairly mild-mannered colleague who just lets things go over their head and doesn't get involved in all the petty bull and drama. Lets forth a string of expletives, some very unique insults. And they look at me like, Oh my God, what happened? Oh yeah, this is me. This is this is the real me without the filter. One of the young lads we got at work. He's at university, right? So he should be quite smart. No, no. He thinks he is, and he acts like he is, but he isn't. And yeah, he was being very dumb and didn't like it when I called him up on it, pulled him up on it, and called him Ginger Shrek. Basically, he was making the job a lot harder than it needed to be and dragging it out, and it needed to get done. And I weren't going to be some put trousers on Donald Duck. Oh yeah, because you might see a duck's genitals, which are actually on the inside. Same with all birds. Um, yeah, it was the same with the crazy frog, wasn't it? No one actually noticed or cared that he had a, a dangler down there in the middle until people complained about it. And it's like, what, really? It's a cartoon frog. And you're getting upset about it having. Oh dear. Right, let's take the handle off. See if we can angle that so you can get a better picture of what the picture is. Camera up. So yeah, basically it's someone summoning Cthulhu. There's the someone. There's Cthulhu. oh, let's pop that to one side. And that, and that, and that. Grab the clean side, dirty side, dirty side. Cutting that. Something to put paint on. Yeah, that one's relatively. Yeah, that one's better. And what colour flesh shall we give Athena? Do we start with a basic skin tone, a salmon rose, a flesh, a dark flesh, barbarian flesh, flat flesh? Um, technically, that is very pink. We got dark flesh, pale flesh, burnt flesh. Flesh it is. No, I'm not doing anything untoward. I am merely shaking my paint. Oh, come here, Athena. Yeah, so it's the get the angles right figure. Already been primed in grey. Quite why they've actually modelled the ups. if you look up the skirt, the bits are actually there. Right? Quite why, I have no idea, but it shows a level of perversion of some modelers. And the base, she goes on. Yeah, but yeah. I'll paint them separate, but yeah. Let's find a suitable paintbrush. What are we going to go with? That looks like, what's that, a 3? That'll be a 2. Let's go with a 1. But first, I'm going to do Siggy. And I think I'm long enough into this video to be able to roll Siggy on camera. Yeah, so I think it's 5 more custom 30 to 40s on the way. I'm just trying to remember which ones they are. The first 2 is 2 out of the 3 that I know I picked, which were Lucy Wilde, Olivia Madison, and Porridge the Rabbit, or Bunny, or Mayo Podge, as he's otherwise known. And I'm trying to think if I did Lovecraft or Crowley, H.P. Lovecraft, Aleister Crowley. I think there's another AI one in there as well. And possibly the Black Shuck, that is also AI. Yeah, I'm just not sure what colour I'm going to paint her dress. I think a turquoisey blue might go well. Yeah, this is why I like to have multiple things on the go at the same time. Because then when I've not got bored, but like had enough of doing one thing, I can switch to another. With things like diamond painting, especially, and figure painting, it doesn't take up that much room and it's easy enough to tidy away, to swap over. Model kits or paper models, you end up with bits everywhere, and yeah, it's a bit harder. Woof. That's what she said. Oh, I needed that. Yeah, so we shall see what's coming up next. We'll say with a video about paint by numbers and what I learned and what I thought and what I found out while I was doing it. Chris just needs some help. Oh dear. Tell him to get his own tissues. Yeah. So It's the paint by numbers. The main thing I was worried about, that a lot of people said from the videos I watched, was running out of paint. Apparently that's a big thing, people run out of paint. Well, I don't know how thick they're putting the paint on, but I've still got at least half a pot left of all the colours from the painting. So, and the lighter colours had to have 2 coats. So I can only presume people are putting it on with a butter knife or with a paint roller or something like that. But yeah, so I'll also be doing some experiments on the paint as well. Now I know I don't need any of it. Probably on the black, because let's be honest, I've got lots of black paint and black is black. Well, it's not, but as long as you use all the same colour of black, no one will notice. When you start using different brands or different types of black, you can tell. You can tell one's slightly darker or more brownish or bluish or purplish than the other. All right. And I do have wet palette and I do have palettes, and oh my god. Get the clods of dried paint out of the lid. Stop it going into the paint itself, which now means I've got flesh colour paint on my fingers, which tells me my flesh is not basic skin tone. Mind you, if my skin was this colour, I'd probably go to the doctor. But on smaller models, it works. Right. Give me bristles a lick and start applying. And this is going to take 2 coats as well. That's what you want on a figure, especially for your base coats. Maybe I shouldn't have used the airbrush version. Should we switch to the paintbrush version? Yeah, let's switch to the paintbrush version. Although that sounds like it's settled quite badly as well. Yeah, it has. Yeah, I can feel the chunks of paint moving about inside there. So we'll leave that one for now and we'll carry on with the airbrush version. And the bits I've already put down are dry anyway, so with figure painting, it's always better to do multiple thin coats than one thick one. Also try and get it not too patchy. Which maybe if I used a flat brush would have been easier. Shall we try that? Let's find a flat brush. Oh, do we have an angled one? We do. Yeah, that'll do.
I'm not too worried about going over the lines, as it were, at this stage. Oh, pick some paint up. There we go. Yeah, that could. Yep. There's going to be some problem areas later, but we'll get around to them when they happen. So this is the thing with 3D printing, is that they can actually do all the undercuts and stuff without it having to be solid. So you can get through to her other leg from this side. And yes, I know I should probably be doing this closer to the camera so people can see better, but meh. It's not like I'm some figure painting expert or doing anything precise here. Just laying down the base coat, or the first layer of the base coat. And she's quite a big girl. I mean, size-wise of figure. You can come off there, wherever you are. I'm pretty sure she's not going to have a big lump in the middle of her thigh. It's just a piece of primer. Yeah, and so it'll be 2 or 3 coats of this, and then I can start with shading, highlighting. But the way I'll do it is I'll get all the base coats done of the whole figure before I start worrying about painting any of the details or the highlights or the shading and any of that stuff. I'll just get the base coats done and then work from there and figure out which bit needs doing next. Someone will say, "Oh no, you got to do all the skin first. Make sure you do all the flesh first." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but if the stuff surrounding the flesh is a lot darker, and you've got all that finished, and then you make a boo boo, you then got to repaint the flesh. Because if you do the darker stuff first, it's a lot easier to cover the flesh colours than it is the darker colours." And I'm just going to paint an entire foot. I'll worry about the sandals and the straps and everything later. So yes, yes, the joys of 3D printing, making miniatures and figures more detailed and more awkward to paint. If she'd have been cast in resin rather than printed, it would have been multiple pieces and the inside of a skirt would have been solid, or a dress. It's been very quiet in here today. Quieter than usual. I'm guessing it's that time of year where people are busy doing stuff, making the most of the last of the summer holidays or the last of the warm weather. Just people like me that go, it's hot and sunny, get me out of it. I need to be indoors in the where it's cooler and less bright. Right, now where does this address actually go? Hmm. It's only got a bit of boobage hanging out. Just a bit of side boob. Nothing to offend anybody. People will still get offended. You're painting a woman. You're a misogynist. You're a pervert. You should be painting men. Why? I don't like looking at men. Actually, is that? Yeah, is the line of the dress. Right. So, yes, back to work this week. Well, I'm in tomorrow and then I've got Tuesday and Wednesday off, so I shall be spending plenty of time in the cave. Yeah, exactly. Paint whatever you want. Paint what makes you happy. Your hobby, do what you enjoy. That's what I say. As long as it's not hurting anyone else. And it's not something illegal. Because, yes, you can buy some very morally dubious figures. Hell, I'm pretty sure some of them are illegal. Given people's penchant for anime these days and what definitely look to me like underage girlies. Yeah, it's. I don't care what the law says. I know, but in the story, she's 400 years old. Right, still looks like a 12-year-old. That is still wrong to me. Especially when you're a grown man. Says the guy who, in probably not too much time, is going to be doing a diamond painting of Jessica Rabbit, but Jessica Rabbit is an adult, and it's Christina Hendricks as Jessica Rabbit, so also an adult. And if that sounds like me trying to justify a perversion, then, well, tough. What can I say? I like busty redheads. How the heck am I going to get a paintbrush in there? Carefully is the answer. Right, so that's first base coat, and
will be dry, so now we can do the second layer.
Yeah. Although I suppose if people are getting their rocks off to anime rather than actual children, then can't be all bad, I guess, if that's as far as it goes. Yeah. I don't know. The world's a very strange place, filled with very strange people. I'm one of them. I know I'm weird. But then I wouldn't want to be normal because that just looks so boring. See, rather than doing this, I could be in the pub drinking beer. Yeah, I'd rather not, thanks. I find this far more entertaining and therapeutic. Because doing this, I get to work through my problems in my head rather than drink to forget them and then it's still a problem. You just, yeah. Especially someone I know who has money problems and drinks to help the problem go away. I was like, dude, if you didn't spend all your money on booze, you might actually be able to pay off some of your debts. He looked at me like I'd grown a second head or something. You know, the concept of being sensible is a bit too much. Bless him, he is from Yorkshire though, so yeah, weird and proud of it. Looks fun to do, can't for the life of me do it. It's just hand-eye coordination. If you can do diamond painting, you can do figure painting. Then it might, yeah, it does end up quite expensive when you see the amount of paints that I've got and the price they are these days. I was glad I bought all my paints years ago when they were still relatively cheap. I mean, yeah, booze is expensive. It was like, so I was like, yeah, if you didn't spend all your money on alcohol, you'd be able to pay off your debts, and then you wouldn't have money worries. But I need to drink. Why? You wouldn't understand. I'm the recovered alcoholic here. If anyone understands about going without alcohol, it's me. He's like, you wouldn't go without energy drink or Coke. I'm like, well, you wouldn't quit cigarettes. If I needed to because I was broke and couldn't afford it, I would. I was not broke. I choose to budget my lifestyle so I can afford to do it. But then this is the same person who couldn't understand that when you take out a loan, they do want the money back. They're not doing it out of the kindness of their heart. They're doing it to make a profit. I've been paying this off for ages. It just doesn't seem to come down. Well, no, you're making minimum repayments. Yeah, you're paying off the interest. You're not paying off the loan. Yeah. But then this is the same person who was, oh, I hated school. They treated you like children. That's because you were. They treat people like children at school because they are children. Trying to teach me all this stuff I don't need to know. There's a food roof, there's a clothes on the back. Mummy doesn't drink, no do drugs. Do whatever I want with my money. Exactly. Flyby, g'day, Sharpe. Hope you're well. See you later. Bye. Hello, Deli. How are you, me darling? Hope all is well with you as well. Right. And now we're going to have to let that dry because we are getting to the point where I'm starting to reactivate the paint that I've already put down because it's not quite dried yet. This is a good excuse to clean out the brush. Ew. Come on. Paint gets up into the root of the bristles and won't come out again. Oof. And now we grab. But why have you got kitchen roll dispenser in your modelling room or your hobby room? Man cave, whatever we're going to call it now. I think more hobby room or craft room is more accurate than man cave these days. Yeah, that's why. For cleaning paintbrushes and wiping up messes and just generally cleaning stuffs. Yeah. Same reason I have all sorts of weirdness up here. Pencil erasers, a rolling pin, ashtray, cotton wool buds, makeup removers. Yeah. All the stuffs because it's all useful. Oh yeah, that's a gas-powered soldering iron. Micrometers, yeah.
all these things are actually useful tools to have. Actually, while I'm at it, I'll get that out. That's my toolkit for paper models. Is that going to balance there? No. Will it balance there? Kind of. Do I dare put my lips around this? Maybe. Let's see if it still works. Okay, so I put it together the wrong way around last time. There we go. Quick harmonica break, because why not? Yes. Ooh. Right, now, how much water does this need? I'm going to guess quite a bit. So I will fill up a spare shot cup and see how much water I'm going to need for my wet palette. Now, as I'm guessing, yeah, it is just let's start off with that much and see if it's enough. That sounds suspiciously like water dripping everywhere. Yes. Which means, Sharpe, you overfilled it. Except well, probably not, because the water's got to soak through the foam. Let's pour some of the excess off first, though. You can always add more water later. But yeah, a wet palette. So basically the water in the bottom and the transfer paper, and then the paper you actually paint onto, or put the paint on. Probably better if I did this so you could actually see, wouldn't it? Basically, for water-based paints, it keeps the paint wet, so it lasts a lot longer. And you put the paint on the top layer of greaseproof. Once you've stopped it curling up, which it always wants to do. So you let it curl one way, then you put it on the other way. That usually pulls it down flat. And there's a little compartment at the end for extra water. which I think is supposed to be for cleaning your brush in, but yeah. As I say, so wet palette. Don't know if I'm liking the idea of it being half full of water though. Right, so let's start on a nice stony type colour. What's that one? Tin. Yeah. Need a grey, or is it going to be sandstone? Yeah, Greek and Italian stuff is normally sandstone, isn't it? Oh. Grab another one. Yes, I know to anyone probably watching on replay, yes, I am fully aware that using a single-sided razor blade as a paint palette is probably a bad idea. But in the God knows how many years I've been doing it, I've not cut myself on them, so take from that what you will. We're going to need a big slabbery slap it on brush for this. I reckon something like that ought to do the trick. Yeah. Piedra Medio. Yeah. So in that case, Medio is going to be middle. Piedra must be stone then. You see, I'm learning Spanish. Not that I'm going to learn anything really useful in general conversation. But yeah. Nearly out of time. And that's not because I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, but I give myself the 2 hours and then
well, I need to get something to eat, let's be honest. What have I eaten today? One small egg custard and one small tiramisu cheesecake. That is, and when I say small, I mean very small. Yeah. So what will I be doing next week? Work. So upload a video of some flavour or description. Finish the Cthulhu diamond painting off and then start the next one and continue working on Athena here. So hopefully by next week, I will be either back downstairs in the old place in front of the tanks, or if I'm up here, I'll be either working on Athena here, or I will be working on diamond painting. I assume. I might decide, you know what, I'm going to do another paint by numbers, but I doubt doubt that's going to happen. Anyway. Yeah. So I hate to think how much all my various modelling gear, tools, paints, God knows what else, brushes, fillers, thinners, primers, pigments, washes. I hate to think how much all of that would cost these days. I'm not going to look it up because I've seen the price of some of the things I've got now, and I'm like, oh. I think some of these, just these, yeah, sort of depending on brand and type, £3, £4, £5 each. I've got like 300 or 400. And then to that, everything else. It's one of the reasons I love the diamond painting and the paper modelling, and it doesn't cost a huge amount. Even if you like buy all the things, there's not that much to buy. But anywho, yeah, we'll do it around the edge as well. I mean, even decent quality cutting mats aren't cheap these days.
Although I had to say, if I was going to buy all this stuff afresh, there is certainly stuff I wouldn't buy. Right. There we go. That's that done. Oh, and Marriott's back just in time for me to bugger off. Well, I'll show you what the wet palette is for next week if I'm up here, because I'll probably be using it. But yeah, thank you very much to those who turned up, showed up, stuck it out. There I am. Yeah. So yeah, I'm used to looking at the screen because the camera is normally on top of the screen, but the camera's over there now. So yeah, thanks everyone for turning up, being here, putting up with me. I will do. Thank you. Don't worry about the state of the wall behind me. That will get covered in stuff. But yeah, have a great week. Stay safe. Enjoy your hobbies. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Hi Debs. Bye Debs. Mondays suck do 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 do. Mondays suck do 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 do. Mondays suck do 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 do.